Okay, what would it take for motherfuckers to start bowing down and worshiping Nika?
You what?
Sensational.
If you were a harbinger of the great word of Nika, how would you pass on?
One of the four horsemen.
Right.
Well, first of all, it wouldn't have been written in 1997. Started in 1997.
What?
true.
The story of Nika?
No, the story of One
One
Piece.
Piece.
Well, he started earlier than that. He just.
Oh no,
95.
Well, I'm saying when he was a kid, yeah, he started, but until he got official, that's when.
well, the idea of Nika already existed in the real world.
But religion is.
Well, aside from religion, like these are actual folklore characters. Okay, so
But you're saying what would have to happen to have people like worship Nika as a
Right,
god, right?
right.
There's been sun gods in the past.
yeah,
There's people, farmers and
especially
stuff
in
that
Egypt.
pray to sun gods and stuff like that.
Yep.
you see what I'm saying?
But that's over centuries of people being kind of like, I don't want to say dumb, but they just don't understand. So
Do you
they
think
pray
it's
to nature.
ignorance?
No.
Okay.
I think when people don't understand stuff, they call it God. And so
So what? Right. You see what I'm saying?
like those kind of things. So maybe it was Nika, maybe it was ever.
Right.
We call it whatever you want.
I got
But
you.
people, farmers and stuff, who were praying to a sun god, they just wanted their plants to grow.
Yeah, that's.
It wasn't
technically,
deeper
yeah.
than that.
No, it was
Like
literally-
their philosophy,
It was
like
literally,
right,
I worship you, you grow my food.
right. Essentially, they
thing.
were peasants.
It was
They
a
weren't
gi- it was a
thinking
give and
that.
take. It
Right.
was
They
a give
weren't
and take
thinking.
situation.
And that's why there was like gods for all the seasons and
got
stuff
you.
like
Yeah.
that. There's like, you know,
Damn, that's so sad to think about, though. Because like we can have like these philosophical conversations just out of a box, right?
Mhm.
But like a majority of society didn't even have that luxury. It took one motherfucker to really think that deep
about what?
about anything, like just what this conversation.
There was never
was.
any deep
Right.
thought to anything.
Right, because
that
like
they
I
had
was
a
gonna bring
conversation about.
the
It was all
angle
surface level.
of right. What would it take for you? You know, like because you just you said it. It wasn't deeper than There's this hidden world, this hidden history. We need to worship this Nika. It's I want my fucking plants to grow. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's like, then what is the purpose of right? Then what is the purpose of passing on all this knowledge and history if no one really gives a fuck?
No, you're asking the wrong guy.
Yeah.
The thing is,
You are.
religion is like religion is a way for people, in my opinion, this is my opinion, my unprofessional opinion, is for
right.
people to be able to like have something to ground themselves to.
Meaning.
So for a lot of people, they don't have things that kind of like keep them honest to themselves or keep them loyal to themselves.
Uh-huh.
So they
Right.
need something that dictates how they should live their life,
Mhm.
and
Okay.
things that say, hey, you shouldn't kill people.
Mhm.
I don't need something to tell me I shouldn't kill people. I know that's bad.
Mhm.
But a lot of people, it's like, oh, you shouldn't lie, you shouldn't steal, you shouldn't kill. And that's good. I think a lot of people need that.
Mhm.
But I think fundamentally, it's not necessarily a...
Can I say something real quick?
Yeah.
Okay. So like, because let me challenge you real quick. All right. So
Sure.
the way I look at it is like, okay, everything we do is some sort of ritual. Every habit we do when we wake up,
Brush your teeth.
brush your teeth,
Put clothes
that
on.
is a ritual.
Yeah.
There's a reason for it.
There
but
is
yeah.
a reason. It divert. It everything just comes from it's a nested egg, I guess. You know what I'm saying? Like without these rituals, it'd be chaos. You need order. Whether you believe in a higher power, the highest power, there has to be something that gives rise to a lower order. You see what I'm saying? So it's like, I'm not saying there is or isn't a God, but like order has to come from all this chaos.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like, people need something to follow.
Right.
A lot of
Right.
people, if left to their own devices, would do a lot of bad stuff.
Oh yeah, for sure.
And so that's why you see...
Structured.
And so, so the book series I was telling you about, there's
Right.
like
Drop it
hierarchies.
one time for the chat.
I've been reading this book series called Red Rising. It's an older book series. It's really good. It's kind of like a sci-fi futuristic book. And
Red
it's not
Rising.
for everyone. It's whatever. I like it personally. But in the series, there's like different levels of human beings that are kind of like categorized by class.
Gotcha.
And so
Gotcha.
Yeah.
the highest category of beings in that universe are what they call golds, and so it's like the epitome of evolution, I guess.
Gotcha.
So they're the highest power, and what they consider themselves to be is shepherds of the people, and so they try and keep the human race going by keeping the lower classes in line. They all have their job to do, and everyone does it. The Red Rising, so the lowest class are the Reds, and they're doing like a uprising because they want to be free.
Gotcha.
And so that's why the title of the book is
Red
Rising.
Rising. Gotcha.
And so when you're looking at it even from that perspective, there's got to be some sort of class to people. So everybody wants to say, oh, we should be equal, we should all be able to do whatever we want to do, or be free to make our own decisions. And I think that's I'm on board with that. But there has to be some sort of structure that gets people in line, because if I start letting all the jailbirds do whatever they want to do, we're gonna have a tough time, because all these sweet little ladies like Snot and stuff aren't going to be able to go out to the grocery store and have fun like they want to, or do whatever they want to do.
Yeah, because they have to worry about especially being attacked or raped or anything
some
like that.
Crazy shit. Word, you're right.
And so I'm not saying that there should be a higher power realistically, but, and this is where you got to bear with me. But if you want to have a metaphorical God or something that's like a higher power, that when you die, he's going to judge you for all of the things that you did, and he's going to either send you down to hell, and you're going to sit there for all of eternity, or you're going to go to heaven and you have a good time. Yeah, that is what distinguishes civilization. Where we have civil people who are able to follow rules, these like basic set of 10 commandments, or in any other religion they have their rules where they say this is what you can do, this is what's acceptable, and this is what you can't do. And I think that's great. I think we need to have that, because the more that you let people do whatever they want to do, you're going to start seeing all the people who do
chaos,
crazy stuff.
Gotcha.
Right.
And that's fine.
There's no order.
Right.
Yeah.
No. My because what I always want to get to the nugget of is, where does that innate sense of structure come from? Why do things just want to, why do we just want to have structure? You see what I'm saying? Like, there has to be something that drives us innate to want to, you see what I'm saying? Like, not just biological reactions. You understand what I'm saying? Yeah. Like, it's just something, because like I could say Bruce is alive, right? But he's dogging. He's a bunch of reactions. He's reactive. All he's doing is reactive. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, he can make a decision, but like it doesn't go deeper than that. You see what I'm saying? Like, he doesn't think deeper than that.
Unless you teach him.
But even then, like, he doesn't have it in him.
It's still surface level.
Right.
It requires
there's something.
A command.
What is that?
Well, humans are the same way.
Right. What do you mean? How so?
Up until we evolved to have language and be able to speak, we were doing the same thing.
Yep. Reacting. Instinct.
The slowest dude got killed. All the ladies.
My body's hungry. Feed it. I need to use the bathroom.
But
poop.
even then, we still had that community. We still had that communication. Like that order.
Like,
okay.
Because I don't think the cavemen cared
but my thing is,
all about what they were doing.
But my thing is, if for humanity to anything, to even proliferate, if it's the first two humans or a group of humans or a group of primates that intermingled and then became modern human, they need to cooperate. Like, there has to be some structure for mating to happen, reproduction.
There doesn't have to be structure for mating to happen.
No.
But reproduction and community. Because, like, okay, let's say there doesn't have to be structure for mating for happen, and then you force mate, right? The baby still needs to be taken care of, still needs to be fed to produce the next generation. There has to be, it's innate. You understand what I'm saying? There are so many animals who have a baby and just bye.
Yeah, hamsters eat their babies.
You feel me? Right. Because they don't have it in them. But
they're still around. A lot of those animals that do all that kind of crazy stuff, they still are around. And I don't think it's because of humans.
I guess. All right, touche. I don't have a response for that. But like, I would just say, I think nature's just nature, because we can't really control it. Like, we can influence it, like in terms of controlling the populations of animals and stuff, like hamsters. I think we only animals only survive when we at the whim at the behest of humans. Like if the animal has not gone extinct, it's because we have decided. You know what I'm saying?
Nowadays, yeah.
Right. You see what I'm saying? So like a hamster, we look at it as a pet. No one's gonna want to eradicate hamsters. You see what I'm saying? Like
Unless they're eating your crops.
We have that selection where we can pick and choose what animal, the hierarchy of animals, and what we choose to do with them, and how we respect them and stuff like.
Yeah.
It just can't be. Just
well, it's like the conversation we had
Right.
with Snot a couple of weeks back when we were saying like we're like computers. We're
Right.
pre-programmed. Like your phone was created, your phone was made, and it pre-programmed to do certain things. It's not like we had to basically go in, write the code, pick what we want, and choose and all that stuff like that. It's like it's already
who programmed this grand design?
Yeah.
Like this was designed because we can't replicate it. We can't do this shit. We can only make approximations, shitty ass AI and fucking, weird clones and
robot moving, robot,
yeah, like
fake dire wolves.
Like, do you understand what I'm saying? Look at how advanced we have to get to mimic this.
But look at how advanced we are.
Right,
talking
that's
about
what I'm
creating a
saying.
life form.
Right.
You're talking about creating a
Life form, right.
And you think we're not advanced because we can't do that?
No. But that's what I'm saying. There is something. An entity.
I mean,
it doesn't have to be conscious in the way you
doesn't
believe
have to be, it doesn't have to be the Christian
right, because
God.
you want to visualize it through the human experience.
Yeah.
But space doesn't care about whether you're human or not. Space is fucking supernovaing, black holing, bending reality and whatever.
Yeah.
And that's beyond our comprehension, but we don't call that God.
I mean, yeah, sure.
You see what I'm saying? But then it can take all of that, every element that exists in that.
It puts it in us.
DNA.
But the universe, like in a basic, like
Right.
most fundamental form of a God, a universe, in my opinion, would be the thing that created us.
Yeah.
I got you.
And it does all these things. So you're telling me it's beyond the realm of possibility for that thing to spawn a human being?
A human being, right? Because it's
creates
infinite,
black
right?
holes,
Yeah, for
right.
sure,
It does.
supernovas, and
In
universes
infinite,
and
right?
galaxies.
That's
Yeah, for
facts.
sure.
No, that's true.
The singularity.
But that's the thing. So like so let me bring the question up again. Should there be another way to redefine God outside of religion? Or is just a religion a way to understand the universe?
Well, like the
something
example
like
that you used a long time ago, you said the only reason why we conform a God to a Christian or religiosity is because it's just for us to understand on our human level. You get what I'm saying? But some people think bigger than that. It's like you can't just restrict a being of all power,
this all-knowing, omnipotent, omniscient,
just to this
right?
just for us. I mean, it's bigger than that, and it's like if you look beyond, if you look beyond more than just the book or the religion, then you'll actually see the connections. Like we're made out of the same thing the universe is made out of. We consume things. Humans can consume things more than animals can.
We literally
things
break
that are
down,
poisonous.
Right.